Economist, non-oil revenues to achieve significant growth in 2024. The upcoming session will witness a vote on all controversial laws. One of the most controversial laws is the HCL and the profit sharing agreement. It is a key piece for a revaluation. They're talking about financial risks. They weren't talking in that way when they were moving forward into an international world with the 1310. They're talking about preparedness for a change. They're focusing in on their banking sector. Article quote: these days there's growing interest in the banking sector in general, both government and private sectors. The banking sector is looking to be in good shape for this new stage. That's what they're presenting. Here's why Vietnam's currency keeps floating downward compared to the US dollar. According to Reuters, the Vietnamese dong has experienced depreciation against the US dollar due to a combination of global and domestic factors. 1. The strengthening of the US dollar. 2. Interest rate differentials. Vietnam's central bank has maintained lower interest rates to stimulate economic growth. 3. Trade and investment flows. Fluctuations in Vietnam's trade balance and foreign direct investment can influence currency values. 4. Inflationary pressures. Higher domestic inflation rates can trade the purchasing power of the VND, leading to depreciation. 5. Speculative activities. Market speculation and currency hoarding can amplify exchange rate volatility. These 5 factors are the same factors representing the exchange rate between the USD and IQD. You are not going to get a contract rate offered on your dinar. You will get a contract rate only if you have a contract. All contracts were shut down in late 2011, for a fact. Unless you made a contract with a private buyer before October 2011, you will get the same rate as everyone else. What district of stupid are you from? Are you serious? You know how many dinars I got, and you're going to give up that fee because I haven't had my bank for 6 months. I don't think they're going to apply that rule. The moment this breaks loose, this thing is going to crack open. Everybody's going to want you. It is in my strong opinion. Let go of this rumor that you're going to have to wait 6 months. I don't think Chase is going to force you to wait 6 months before you can exchange currency with them. But if for some strange reason they actually do apply that, walk out the door and go to the other bank. Don't forget my friend Aki, private banks that will represent the Central Bank of Iraq. Alak is talking about having an anticipation of a celebration. They told you almost a year ago that Iraq would be the savior of the financial system and bring confidence to the world. We're seeing them at the end of that transformation. Some of our sources said that the Iraqi dinar as well as some of the other currencies are to be placed on the forex. Now we've had the fact that they've traded. We have not seen them on our forex screens, but the theory is that once the dinar is on the forex, we're off to the races. So, now since the census is taken, the Goy can legally compensate and prove why they are compensating the amounts to the Kurds. This is really wow. News for us today. You can see how this census results would also be useful in rebuilding the Iraqi economy besides Article 140 and HCL disputes. It was way overdue. This is yet another sign to us investors that Iraq is now serious about moving ahead. In the study of the recent Iraqi census taking, you can clearly see the recent census was a national census taken with the help of the United Nations, UN. The UN every so many decades takes a global census to determine the world's population and demographics. Iraq is also going to use this census as part of the Article 140 distribution of the Kurdistan monthly payments of oil revenues to the region from the Goy. It will also help resolve part of the oil and gas law. Note, I did not say excess oil revenues or oil wealth distribution. This census taking has very little to do with the HCL individual oil revenue sharing/distribution. Iraqi Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani confirmed on Thursday that Iraq is going through a distinguished phase in its relations with Spain, with a mutual desire to strengthen and develop these relations in all fields. Al-Sudani explained in an interview with the Spanish newspaper El Mundo that Spain is part of the international coalition that helped Iraq eliminate the terrorist ISIS, and based on our request, the mission of the international coalition will end within 2 years, after the justification for its existence is no longer there. He stressed that the capabilities of the Iraqi security services have reached an advanced stage, and there is political stability that has positively reflected on the general situation in the country. He pointed out that Iraq's relations with the United States are institutional relations according to the Strategic Framework Agreement, and we are in contact with the Trump team, which wants to develop relations with Iraq. Regarding the conflict in the region, al-Sudani said, "The ceasefire agreement in Lebanon is an important event, and we hope that it will extend to the Gaza Strip."